Saturday night, Arlington, Virginia. This was the sound down Wilson Boulevard. Take a listen. A parade of dirt bikes and ATVs and motorcycles barreling through Arlington, going the wrong way in traffic much of the time, also blasting through red lights. I guess they've decided that the laws don't apply if you're on a dirt bike or an ATV. But there was also subsequently some violence on Saturday night in which the bikers were connected. Unclear if they were suspects, victims, or what. The chaos continues to be a problem. ALX Now, which covers Alexandria, had a headline that Alexandria police have been investigating multiple shootings. They say they're on the scene. They have been on the scene of multiple shootings in the city, updated as of yesterday. First, a man was shot in the Arlandria neighborhood around 7:45 p.m. on Saturday. The shooting happened on the 3800 block of Florence Drive in the parking lot of an apartment building. It was phoned in to 911 by a child caller, according to scanner traffic. A witness telling ALX Now that he had heard two shots and ran over to the scene, found the victim bleeding from gunshot wounds to the leg and the upper body. Police cordoning off the area. They started a search of nearby neighborhoods for an Hispanic suspect wearing a black and white striped shirt and white pants. Arlington police also assisted. They set up a perimeter along 4 Mile Run. The victim's injuries, life-threatening, according to the cops. Additionally, 8:15 p.m. Saturday night, there were two additional shootings reported along South Patrick Street, that's just south of Old Town. A large group of motorcycle and dirt bike riders that previously rolled through Arlington, you just heard the audio, was gathered at the Speedway and Liberty stations at Franklin Street when shootings reportedly happened at both, according to the scanner traffic. At least two people were initially said to be shot and brought by fellow bikers over to Maryland. In a subsequent press release about the series of shootings, Alexandria police said one person had been hospitalized as a result of the gas station shooting. All right, for more on this, I want to talk to the producer of the Vince Coglianese Show, Corey Inganamort, and luckily he's accessible because he's always here. Corey, good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello, Vince.
The reason I want to talk to you is because the audio that I just played at the top is what you gathered from your home in Arlington. You were able to hear all of this.
Yep, exactly. I was out for dinner, actually, about a block from where I live. Roadside Grill. It's on Wilson Boulevard in between Roslyn and Courthouse. And I'm on probably my second Miller Lite sitting outside, and all of a sudden I hear that rum, 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 rum. Look to my left, and hundreds. I would say hundreds.
Is it hundreds? I was going to ask.
It took about 3 minutes for the full group to pass, and it's just nothing but loud noises, people zooming in and out, left and right, through the cars that were parked. They stopped. Some of them were trying to pull over, but they weren't really sure what to do. It was a really unsafe situation.
Yeah.
And it really took me off guard. I've seen this group in Washington, D.C. before, but I've never seen them cross the river into Arlington. So yeah. I fear that the crime that's going on in D.C. has made its way over to the suburbs, and I think it'll keep expanding further and further.
So look, there's nothing wrong with people getting on motorcycles and getting together and going for a ride, but as you describe it and as I think laid out, they were obviously breaking laws every second of these rides.
Yeah, and these vehicles were not street legal. They were dirt bikes. None of them had a license plate on them, for example. None of them were wearing helmets. Well, there might have been a few wearing helmets, but the large majority were not. The ATVs, obviously an ATV isn't street legal, and so no laws were being followed.
And they were driving against traffic.
Well, at first they were driving with traffic, and then I saw them end up doing a loop, and then they were coming down. Actually, it was Clarendon Boulevard. I was on a corner.
Yeah.
So then you saw them making an illegal left turn, and then I saw many actually going against traffic. Cars were heading towards them. They were zooming in between left and right, all these cars. And
yeah, that would freak me out. If I'm driving in the proper direction in my car, I'd be worried that I'd kill somebody.
Yeah, it was absolutely dangerous. All of it was illegal, and they know it's illegal because they're all wearing masks, so their faces aren't revealed.
You posted this to social media this weekend, and it's so crazy the time that we live in. and you were getting all this reaction from people that basically made blanket excuses for it. Like, oh, isn't it great that people are just getting out and having fun? What do you want them to do? Give me a sense of the types of responses.
Yeah, so I posted the video that you played, and I posted another video too. There's more video and audio and pictures and all of this. I said, in Arlington now, get your bleep together, and I tagged Mayor Bowser, Arlington Dems, Livy Garvey, Takis Karantonis. I'm not sure if I was saying that correctly, but they're county board members.
Yep.
And then I got a whole bunch of replies. They were all very mad at me for posting this video. Jason, who has a pride flag and anti-fascist in his profile, told me, God forbid a group of black young youth organize something fun. Someone responded,
Did
it's
you
illegal.
say something about the race of the people who were riding the motorcycles?
It was never mentioned.
No? So the person who injected race into the conversation was that guy? The one with the pride flag and the anti-fascist thing in his profile? Got
it wasn't me that noticed the race first. It seems to have been Jason.
Okay.
Defiance Lady tells me, unless they're committing a crime, I don't see the problem.
Uh-huh. Well then.
So I guess she doesn't have eyeballs, or she doesn't know what the law is, because I said driving the wrong way without helmets, through bike lanes, shutting down traffic, etc. And later on, as we come to learn, probably being involved in the shootings that are taking place. You see the video, there are ATVs in this parking lot. We innocent until proven guilty. We gotta wait to see how this plays out. But when you get hundreds of people all doing illegal things all at the same time, it's likely to lead to worse things. So it's not a good situation.
I saw some others comparing this to Rolling Thunder, as if it has any comparison whatsoever. You know, Rolling Thunder honors American veterans. It's typically, it gets police escorts. It's arranged ahead of time. There's a whole lot of logistics that go into Rolling Thunder. Like, what? You don't have a problem with Rolling Thunder, do you? What point are they making, Corey, if any?
They're trying to equate loud noises all being annoying. However, I do believe loud noises that are breaking the law and putting people in danger are more of an annoyance to me than people making a scene supporting our troops.
Yeah, there's something like the whole experience. I've seen some of this before, and it's crazy because you live, like, DC is a nice city, or at least it was until the left's working on it. But when you see this, when people blast through you in the opposite direction, they're riding their dirt bikes and their ATVs. There's a Mad Max component to it. It's just like, society's completely collapsed. We're racing across the desert for water. Right. It's just, everything is a disaster now. And it feels like a leading indicator, at least in the midst of what we're all experiencing right now with the carjackings and the crime, all that nonsense in the city. It's an indicator that everyone's lost control. We don't have control of the community, and that's not a point about skin color. I think citizens of all colors would like to have some sense that they can safely get their families to and from their destinations.
Exactly, and what was worrisome to me is there were actually Arlington police cars following this group.
Yeah,
they watched it happen, and I think we had a caller. Hopefully, he calls in. I heard that. It also took place in Manassas this weekend, and they said cops were actually escorting them to make sure that they stay safe and doesn't put anyone else in danger. And I'm not sure if I have the exact answers of how to stop this, but some people suggested, I don't know, spike strips or marbles or something like that.
Marbles.
But once it becomes anarchy, you lose control, and then once you set that precedent that this is okay and we're not going to prosecute these people for breaking the law, then more people will join them, and it'll get larger and larger and larger until we're basically at this point where we've lost complete control. So, I mean, the other day I was walking out a Safeway, and I walked across a bike lane. I looked to my left. I saw no one was coming down this bike lane, and I almost got hit by a bike that was coming in the wrong direction. A guy starts yelling at me. I almost got knocked on my you-know-what, and it would have probably put me in the hospital. This guy was going probably 20 miles per hour down this road.
On a bicycle?
Just a bicycle.
And he was going the wrong direction?
Yeah. And
that's possible. You can go the wrong direction in a bike lane?
Well, when you're supposed to be riding on the right side of the road and you look to your left to make sure that no one's coming down this hill, I thought I was safe. And it was just one situation of a bicycle. No, this guy shouldn't be going to jail or anything like that. Yeah. But if you have tens of bikes going in the wrong direction, like motorbikes, not bicycles, motorbikes and ATVs, it puts a lot of people in danger. And, you know, I was able to move quick, but, you know, you get all these older
Well, it's
gentlemen,
also
older
as
women.
obnoxious as hell, too. I mean, it's like, there's no... are you allowed to say that? It's obnoxious.
It is. And when I tweeted that, one of my favorite responses, Milk Crate Bike Basket called me a frightened, racist transphobe with a phone.
I'm sorry, the guy's name is Milk Crate Bike Basket?
That's what he goes by.
And you are a frightened, racist transphobe with a phone? Well, how did the transgender issue come up?
Well, I'd assume that he probably just scrolled through my Twitter and saw that I defend women from fake women. He probably didn't like a few tweets that I've tweeted in the past few days.
Why didn't he call you a feminist? I don't understand.
Their definition of feminism has changed over the last, I don't know, even months or years. So I'm apparently a really bad guy for calling this out and noticing when my community becomes unsafe.
All right, so this is your, like you said, your community. You're out having dinner. You're a block away or so from your home. Is this the first time you've seen this in Arlington?
First time in Arlington, yeah.
And I mean, it's just crazy. So do you think it'll happen again?
Yeah, because there was no consequences. And again with my tweets, I'll read some more. I think members who were taking part in this demonstration or whatever you want to call it were mocking me for noticing it.
For noticing it.
Yeah.
They go out there. They rev at full throttle. They just they make as much noise as possible. You capture it and post it to social media, and now you're the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy
because you noticed what was obviously an attention-grabbing exercise.
Black Hontus tweeted at me. She said, "Corey, go cry in the corner. The people are not bothering you. You just want to complain because they're black." Obi Will Kenobi says, white people think they are the police. Matthew M., who the bleep does this hurt? You lived in D.C. for 15 years and saw this numerous times. Again, who does this hurt?
What a bunch of cowards.
Well, for one, the three people got shot later.
I mean, unless these guys were a part of, Team Lawless and were riding their motorcycles or dirt bikes or whatever in this group, they're cowards. They don't want to take up for having a community of any peace and decency or of laws. Most importantly, the guys are going against traffic, blowing through every light in town, creating a hazard. You ever seen these kids? There's some kids out there who will do this with bicycles. They'll drive against traffic on bicycles. And there's a game that I've seen some of them play. It's on social media. I don't know how prevalent this is, so I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but I've definitely seen it multiple times. Where you'll get a kid riding a bicycle, he'll pop a wheelie in the middle of the road against traffic, and then he'll swerve out of the way of the car just before the car gets to him, to prove to his friends that he can. And this is like the Darwin Awards in real time. You're watching as people play games with their lives, really dramatic. And occasionally I see these videos, these kids get hit doing this. They'll pull their bicycle back up into a wheelie, and the car, not ready for them to swerve both in front of them and away from them. As a driver, you've got to react to that. Which way do I go? And they'll get clipped, and they go down.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's the definition of F around, find out. That's kind of how it works.
You see that more common these days, with the bleach challenge on TikTok. The kids chugging bleach.
No, come on. Please.
That was about a year ago, right? I think we watched videos together about a year ago or so. Yeah.
Chugging bleach?
Well, I don't know about chugging. I might be exaggerating, but a shot of bleach, the hold your breath challenge.
Well,
all
I
these
remember
stupid little TikTok trends.
The Tide Pod challenge that people put them in their mouths. It's laundry detergent, you idiot. It's not gonna end well for you.
I may have been wrong. I think that's what I'm talking about. I recommend. I remember it as bleach. You're right. Tide Pod. I misremembered.
Am I supposed to offer a disclaimer? Like, if we had an actual lawyer in the room, they'd probably say something like, "Definitely don't drink bleach or consume Tide Pods."
I actually went to McDonald's the other day. On the wrapper, it said, "Do not eat this wrapper. It's not edible." I swear to God, people are this dumb. We need to. I think I got to text somebody. I think I have a picture of it. I swear to God.
McDonald's says on the wrapper you're not supposed to eat it.
I'm gonna tweet it out later for the audience to see, and absolutely, it's a true story.
I mean, I know sometimes I'm hungry if I go to McDonald's, but I'm not so hungry that I'll pound through the wrapper.
People are really stupid these days. Everyone needs more explanations.
Holy cow. Well, hey, as always, thank you for being our eyewitness on the ground. The news events, as they seem to happen all around Corey. They're always happening, and hopefully less frequently. You deserve a nice community, Corey.
And if Blackahontas gets back to me, I'll let you know.
Yes, please. I need the update on Blackahontas. It's